Good morning, everybody. This is Kula Dula from RawStocks. We have another edition of our pre-market prep today. Today, we're going to do a condensed version running through this fast. So let's keep up. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Black Box Stocks and GammaEdge. Without those guys, we would not be able to do this for you every single day for free. So shout out to them. Okay, so yesterday we had a little bit of a hold on the market. Let's flip this over to SPX. You can see that we still kind of floating around that rejection around that daily 4 as we're starting to get that push down. Is this going to be a breakout day where we see a squeeze back up towards that 6,700 to 6,720 range? Or will this be a rejection, a rug pull? Currently, we're sitting right close to 6,700. This is going to be a deciding moment for the market. So I think everyone needs to take full alert of what's going on here. Okay. So data shows virtually that we are looking at a 6,700 overhead, a 6686 positive transitional area, which is virtually holding yesterday's high, and a low 6,600 on the day. Okay, so that's the data that we're getting. Let me pull this over real quick. Full complex here. We are call dominated. Okay, as we stand, like I said, we're right near the 6,700 level. This is going to be a deciding factor for the day. So if you think that this is all to be a rug pull, you're short near 6,700, or you can see a break above 6,700 for a squeeze, likely to 6,750. Okay, that's what we're seeing. Today on the 0 day, you can tell that there's an overhead put dominated gamma condition here. So there is dealer pressure right here. So looking at this, we have the high at 6670. I have it at 6700 because I believe if we get 6770, we're going to be pushing. Based on data that I'm seeing, we're more aligned with the positive GEX area at 6700 than we are with this read. There's a couple different readings. I know it's unclear here, but that's what we're looking at. There's not a ton of contracts up here, so we're using full complex in compilation with that to align on where we believe the true overhead is. Okay. And today, like I said, just overall here, we're in trying to retrace on a really large bearish candle. This is something that we need to watch right here at the 6,700 level. I find it more likely that we open up near, let's see, right now we're at 6693. So that puts us right in this range, right? If we open up near this 6,700 level, I find that we'll probably find ourselves rejecting, moving back towards this 6680 to 6685 area, and then maybe finding ourselves building a base here. Okay. Wanting to see what happens. We might even see some relative type of drop and get everybody kind of going bearish on this, and then see if it wants to fake everybody out. Okay, so watch for the fake breakdown and then watch for a quick recovery for something to most likely look to show some strength that could pop us over 6,700 and towards that 6,720 to 6,750 range. That puts us back in this range. All right. If we're over the 6,700 range, you have to be bullish on it. Okay. You have to be over 6,700. In fact, you really should be bullish over yesterday's high. We talked about this particular print on the daily and what this looks like, right? So let me show you. So what this looks like generally is the harmonic, right? This is what this looks like. Let's go to the 4 hour. So we print this harmonic and we continue to rush up. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're trying to see if we're going to get that continuation. Here's the harmonic. Sorry, I was clicking the wrong thing. Here's a harmonic. Boom, boom. And we're looking to push up towards that 6,700 level virtually. That's how these waves work. Now, there's some people saying, hey, this could be a right shoulder for us to move down. I don't disagree. I think you need to be cautious. I think if this is going to sell down today, I think we'll find out in the first hour. Okay. I think we will likely find ourselves selling completely down from here and retesting some of these zones. I think you need to be aware of virtually a couple of different levels. Our previous day open and the previous day low there and the previous day high right here. Okay. So these are levels you need to pay attention to. But all in all, right now, today, we do look like a potential squeeze or a potential dump. All right. Those are the two. I don't think there's going to be anything other than that today. I think you got an opportunity for volatility to spike. It's kind of holding this 19 base. If we lose 19, that's a different story. But I think we could jet back up towards that 23 range if we hold right where we're at, right? So keep an eye on that. That's going to be a big deal for us today. Taking a look at NVIDIA here. We talked about this yesterday, where we could see a sell down off of the 185 zone into 182.5. And I said, watch out for this to sell down towards 180. I said, but buy the dip, right? Buy the dip. That was the head. That was the subject line and everything. The headline, excuse me. We're back at 185. I don't think anything's changed in regards to the week. Now, same print. And they may have lowered the floor a little bit. 177.5. 180 support now. Okay. Oh, let's go right here. And this is positive support. So buyers have now looked to maintain this, and they're looking to try to run this up for another push towards that 190 zone. We're going to lower this to 190. Expand this 190 and lower this to 177.5. So currently, as we stand, we're looking to hold that 184 zone, but it wouldn't surprise me, like I said, to see this thing all sell down and this be the move for a potential wave down. This could be the start of a wave down. Okay. Would not surprise me. Data says this is very strong right now. We have to believe that that's the case based on what we're seeing. Okay. Tesla, our Tesla bulls, up 1.5% after hours. Yesterday we talked about a potential short at this area at 425 if the market was going to tank. We didn't get the pullback on the market. Okay. Did not get it. We broke through our negative gamma shelf and we came and tested our positive gamma support. And ultimately it pushed above it, but couldn't get really the close over the top. Today we're seeing a gap up at 435. The data for a full complex looks more bullish than it has in the past week. So very cool to see Tesla with the potential of that's call speculation starting to perk back up. 450 to the upside here for the week. We're in positive territory. We're not in any big super wall. I think it's more likely that we find ourselves pressing up towards that 440 area or even potentially 450. All right. This is not a terrible area to buy the dip on. Okay. Because the full target right here would be a push towards 450. All right. So it's not terrible, especially if you can average in it. You say you don't want to see yesterday's low given up and you're buying into our positive gamma support. That starts to really become a really nice potential trade for you for RVR. Okay. All right. So that's going to cover it for today. Hopefully that is helpful. I know this was quick, but I couple things made me run late this morning. If you're interested in what we do, come check us out at RawStocksLLC.com. That is RawStocksLLC.com. I appreciate every one of you guys tuning in and watching, and make sure you subscribe and share this with your friends. And yeah, appreciate you. Till tomorrow, we'll catch you later.